Next special guest on the line, good brother right here, getting ready to have his battle on LA Battlegroundz April 15th, going against brother Primo, and y'all get ready for that. Also check out his other battles that he has on the LA Battlegroundz page. Y'all go ahead and show some love to the homie right here. We got Areray on the line. Yo, what's going on with you, King?
Yo, what's good? What's good? You hear me?
Yes, sir. You loud and clear.
Oh, all right. What's going on, y'all? How y'all doing tonight?
Chilling.
Oh, man, we doing good. We doing good, man. First I want to just tell you, I appreciate you coming on, you know what I'm saying, and giving us some of your time tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man. It's a good look, man. Definitely appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. So, I'm not going to waste any time, man. I know we had talked privately, and, we've been having this debate here on the show about the East Coast bias, or if there is one, the East versus West kind of bias that's in battle rap. And I wanted to get your take on it, you being somebody from the East Coast who's out there, who really knows, what's really going on out there. I wanted to give you the floor to go ahead and enlighten us on whether that is real or not.
Well, I think, first of all, when it comes to the entire discussion of the whole East Coast versus West Coast thing, I think what people have to understand is that one thing that's missing in the discussion is the cultures. Like, I was born and raised in New York, but, my mother and the majority of her family were born in California. Like, my mother came to New York when she was 18 years old, you understand? So she spent the majority of her early years in California. My older sister was born there. So me having family and relatives in California and, spending summers in California and traveling back and forth over the years, being a native New Yorker, I understand that there's a difference in culture. That's the first thing that's missing in the discussion. And to be honest, as a native New Yorker, a lot of people that are from New York or have been born and raised in New York look at New York like it's the center of the universe. I'll admit that. But at the end of the day, a lot of people, like, for instance, I know a lot of guys my age and people that I grew up with that haven't been anywhere far outside of New York, maybe Pennsylvania or maybe down south somewhere. So when you talk about the whole East Coast versus West Coast thing, what's missing is the discussion of the cultures. Two different cultures. And right now, what's happening on the West Coast is when you have the likes of B-Dot and you have the likes of Danny Myers, Rum Nitty, even though I know Rum Nitty is not from California, he's still representing the West Coast. When you have three guys like that who've been making an impact on the culture of battle rap over the last 2 years, you're going to get haters, You're going to get haters. And I think that when Danny comes to New York, he doesn't get a fair shake, the crowd isn't as receptive as they should be. I think on the smash stage, let me put it like that, on the smash stage, because when he battles on RBE, he gets the reception and he gets the respect, But I don't think there's a bias. I think there's just a misunderstanding of the culture. And like I said, with those three names that I named, with the impact that they've had on the culture over the last 2 years or so, with Rum Nitty, versus Ass and Ill Will, and Danny Myers versus B-Dot, and everything B-Dot's done, and the great battles that Danny Myers has given the culture. A lot of people are salty. Especially on the East Coast. And what you have to realize is that these platforms like Smack, you have to understand, if you look at their cards, they're kind of gravitating away from the old guard, like a lot of the veterans, because they're not performing it, and they're focusing on the new guys and building them up and letting the battle rap culture know that these are the people that's going to be a part of our brand for the years to come. But a lot of these guys haven't reached that star potential yet, and then the stars are not performing. So a lot of the attention is on the West Coast right now. I mean, who name the 5 most talked about people in battle rap in the last 2 years?
Well, B-Dot's definitely one of those people. I would also say Danny, based on the whole Rex situation, the Surf and Honey Boom situation as well.
Yep.
Anybody else from the West? I mean, the only other person from the West that really gets mentioned like that is Nitty does. I'm okay. What I really want to say about the Nitty thing, and whenever I say this, I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to disregard Rum Nitty. My thing is like when growing up, when you say East versus West, people were very specific on what that felt the West meant when somebody from the East Coast was talking about it. They were talking about California. Now, Arizona, Oregon, Washington, all those places, those are all the West too. Nevada, y'all are all the West. Hear me right now when I say that y'all are all the West and we rock with y'all. The problem is that when people talk about the West, they always talk about Cali, but they just say West. And then when you have people like Rum Nitty now, as far as battle rap, who's putting on, they tolerate him more. But if you notice, there is a bias towards California battle rappers. That I want to make sure I specify that, so it's not like, well, you guys have Rum Nitty, and it's like, well, that's cool. But even Rum Nitty had to fight like hell through all the politics and bias just to get a fair shot. And he's had the same dope punchlines and material for years, but it took him a minute to finally get respect.
But, you know, and it's like when you look at the largest quote-unquote platform in battle rap, which is, of course, Matthew Areray, they, like I said, their focus is not on the vets. Look at what guys like Charlie Clips are doing. You know, like the consensus is that there's a new guard over there. So, like I said, none of these guys are stars yet and making a real impact. Even if you look at somebody like Av. Av is on the East Coast, but he's from the South. He's from Virginia. You know, there's really the only real new talent that they have coming from New York is Chess. That's the only young, real talented battle rapper that's on the cusp of being top tier from New York right now.
That's
you have
bad.
a few guys from Long Island. I'm trying to think of somebody right now. You know, you look at Tay-Rock, he's from Maryland. You look at Av, he's from Virginia. You look at Glueezy, he's from Virginia. T-Top from North Carolina. Briz is from North Carolina. And you got Chess, Saga, but Saga's, you know, he's not in the conversation with those guys based on his last performances. You understand? He's from New York, but he's not in that conversation. So, yeah, it's battle rap. And then another thing is that battle rap is so oversaturated on the East Coast. There's so many leagues, and so many different platforms to battle on, and so many places popped up that it's so oversaturated that you have such a large talent pool that it's really hard to focus on every league and every battler. You know, you start to see a lot of the names when people start to get quote unquote PGs or they get the smack. You know, and that's what Norbs and them are doing right now. You know, why do you think, if you look at a lot of small battle leagues, one of the main things they try to do is book someone associated with URL to host a battle. Oh, Nunu Nels, Norbs, Beasley, Smacker hosted. You know what I mean? They do that, so it's like, all right, let me see what talent. That's how Av got discovered. You know, through Norbs hosting a battle. And then what they do is they fleece off these small leagues because this is like the cusp. The goal is to battle on Smack, you know. For some people, it's not. Some people have been able to be successful without being on that platform, you know. But, yeah, I do, you know, respect the fact and admit that there is a bias. But, like I said, the talent right now on the West Coast and the things that, and it's not even a talk about, like, you got guys like Dre Vicious. Dre Vicious has been putting in work for a minute, you know. He got his PG. You know what I mean? You got Saint. Saint is fire. Or once he gets himself composed and slows down a little bit, he's gonna be unbeatable. Cause he's young, but he's intelligent. Like when you listen to his material, it's like, yo, you're 19, 20 years old, but you know a little bit too much. You know? But he's just not seasoned yet. So, you know, Geechee Gotti. You know, there's a lot of talent on the West Coast. And they getting the Billy Boondocks. They getting the name and the respect and a recognition. You know what I mean? Even Strick, I consider Strick the West Coast battle rapper, even though he's from Texas. But he's committed to battling in California, and as a result, he's gotten more recognition. He's getting the calls and the inboxes from the Norbs and other people. I'm not going to put it, but Norbs has reached out to him. You know what I mean? Other platforms on the East Coast have reached out to him. And it's because of the work he's putting in California. But would he be getting the looks if he was battling in New York or in Texas or in Virginia, anywhere? He wouldn't be getting the looks. He wouldn't be getting a Dre Vicious or the B-Dot. He wouldn't get those.
Well, I agree that he probably to a point wouldn't be getting somebody, if you're going to say like B-Dot or Dre Vicious. But what I do believe is that if he were to be battling specifically on the East Coast, his way towards, if you're saying the PGs, if you're just saying URL in general, battling out there, there's a different type of politics that works out there.
Absolutely.
Somebody who wants to keep beating a dead horse to say that it's impossible for us to get anything out here. It's not, because we have, in my opinion, the most talented new wave of battlers in battle rap, period. I personally believe that. That's just my personal opinion. When you look at, you said Saint, Dre Vicious, you got somebody like Dopey, Link is also another fire dude, Geechee. I mean, our new wave of battlers is just crazy talented.
Yeah, I agree.
My thing is that a lot of times, and this is something that Danny, he's tried to break through as well, is you keep trying to run out there to that platform, that URL platform, gain the respect of the people there, and a lot of times, as you notice, they're not willing to even give you that. So a lot of times, how I said it now, I said, well, in my opinion, I don't even believe it's worth running out there to do PGs and all that. I think you should just build out here and create your own form of a URL here. And I feel like now, with all these cards that LA Battlegroundz is doing, even the Bunker, how KOTD is coming and giving these young cats a chance to go ahead and put on their talent to the world, I feel like that's going to be our niche. There's always going to be somebody who can go out there. Like Geechee, he's already had a PG. He went all the way out there. Like you said, Dre Vicious, there's other people who will. I just believe that for right now, we should just build out here, because it's obvious that if you're not trying to just deal with URL directly, just like how the B-Dot situation was with Nords, if you're not trying to deal with them directly or let them brand you, it's almost like a lost cause of you going out there. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, as far as a bias, I believe there is a bias. Do I believe everybody is like that? No. But I do believe that it's something that it's really driven by fans more so than battle rappers. But I do feel like subconsciously, even if you say there's no bias, subconsciously there is one. It's been embedded in us. Like, we grew up in a time when that was what was going on. It was East versus West. So you had to almost back then pick a side. Now, somebody who was just a fan of hip hop or a fan of the culture and battle rap, you didn't pick a side. You was just about the stuff that was getting put out there. That's East not Coast, the masses. So
yeah, East Coast versus West Coast essentially has always meant New York versus LA. We understand that, but I think the representation of the culture on the East Coast, of the battle rap culture, and that's going from Boston, to New York. You have to include the South, because, like I said, a lot of this talent coming from all over the place. I think the bias is just it's based on just cultural pride where you from. Like, I'm from New York. I was born and raised in New York, and I'm prideful of that. Just like anybody that's born in L.A., or if you was born in Oakland or Sacramento, wherever you're born from, you want to be prideful of that. But like I said, New Yorkers, we are egotistical, because it's almost like, New York and L.A. is similar in a lot of ways, but when I come to California and I plan vacations around these battle events, they Tries and Woods reach out to me. They say, look, we got this person. You want to take the battle? I'll be like, yeah, sure. I'll take it. I plan my vacation around it, and I actually come out there and spend time with my family, days before and after the events. So when I get out there, I'm just like, yo, it's so laid back. It's laid back. Like New York is just like, it's 100 miles an hour. And it's like a dog-eat-dog mentality. And when I get to California, I just feel tranquil, just tranquility. I just relax. I just keep chilling. You know what I mean? So like I said, I don't think it's a bias. I think it's just there's a difference in culture, man. That's what it is. People from New York probably don't understand L.A. and California culture, and vice versa. You know?
I agree.
And when you
I
have
could
that
definitely agree with that.
when you have that understanding and the respect is for them. When I come out to L.A., you know what I mean? I done been to, this will be my 4th event. There's never no beef. There's never no drama. There's never no crazy shit. Everybody showed me love. Everybody showed me love. The last event, you know, like the night before the battle, you know, we was chilling with our opponents. You know, because we don't get to do this like, you know, I come from New York, Strick's coming from Texas, Fiji's coming from Arizona, you know, and this is when we get to see each other and chill, you know, hang out. You know, like all of the members of DEF CON, like Elo, you know, he's in New York, so we could always link up. But as far as like everybody else, like I use that time to spend time with my family and my homies when I come out there. Because, you know, like DEF CON, you know, which consists of DGOSA, myself, Strick, the Nomad, and Fly King, like before any of us battled, like me, Strick, Nomad, and Fiji interacted on this website that, you know, we used to deal with. So that was kind of like a
I definitely
that was kind of like a segue into how I got my start in battle rap, you know. But
most definitely. Like I feel like how you've been breaking down the whole like the East, the West. I think how you're breaking it down is probably, just in my opinion, the people I've talked to from the East. There's also been other people. Elo, he kind of was speaking on a little bit. Shout out to him as well. But you're breaking it down in a way that makes sense, because out here in the West, that's how we like. We don't have a bias out here towards anybody. We just want to hear good bars. Now, we may not say that you're going to win if you're going against one of ours out here, but we're not going to be biased towards you or, you know, get all online saying that, oh, no, this person, you know, lost the battle. I think we're just all about bars and a good battle. And if one of ours got their ass whooped in a battle, hey, we'll say that, because it's all about the battle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know, a lot of that, it just comes from miseducation and just not knowing. You know what I'm saying? People just get stuck in their ways. And, you know what I mean? You know how that goes. So, now I definitely appreciate you, you know, breaking that down, you know what I'm saying, in a way that people can understand that, because I definitely know that somebody's going to take something from what you said, and it's definitely going to help them understand that situation a lot better.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, I think if you're a battle rap fan and you really love the culture of battle rap and appreciate, you know, all of the time and the preparation that MCs go up there and do I'm sorry if I'm making a little noise, I wash my hands. They do to give you a great performance, then you shouldn't have no bias versus nobody. Like, I don't understand why Danny Myers is hated so much. Like, he don't choke, he don't stumble, he don't back out of battles, he come and give you 3 rounds, he give you substance. You know what I mean? Like, why is it like, I don't understand why he gets the hate. You understand? And he deserves the respect from you know what it is? He gets the hate from people that probably don't work as hard as him. You know? But like me, myself, a battle rap fan, like LABEEF3, my boy Real Talk, he's another dude that you know, was on letsbeef.com or whatever, you know, and I told him, I was like, yo, Danny smoked you, son. He fought back, but Danny was just on his ass. And this is like, you know, Danny didn't have to give him a shot. You get what I mean? That's the good thing. Like, Danny, let me tell you this. Danny, the first LA Beef event, Danny Myers was there from the beginning of the event until he battled. You get what I mean? He watched every battle. and then went up there as the headliner, mingling with everybody, talking, not all Hollywood, taking pictures. You know what I mean? I got a few pictures with him. I'm like, yo, this dude is dope. He's like, but you know what? People don't respect that. They don't respect humble, hardworking people. That's not how society works anymore. When you humble, even like with Dot, all the hate he get, Dot is humble. Like me and him have had conversations off the record that had nothing to do with battle rap, and he's a good, humble dude. Like people don't respect that, but you know what it is? From Cali, laid back. You know what I mean? That's just the mentality. They laid back. Not saying that like if it's an issue, they don't want nothing to happen, because we already understand what California is like, and it's been like. But you know what I mean? It's corny to me, man. If you respect the culture and you're a representative of it, you shouldn't hate. It takes a lot of work to do this. Word.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. But yeah, I wanted to kind of segue into your upcoming battle, because I know. No, I think the last battle that I seen you in that got dropped. I think it's the last one. It's you and Colombo Black. If it's not the last one that dropped, it's probably one of the last ones that I've seen that dropped.
Yeah.
And seeing that you have your upcoming battle versus I think that's Primo that you're battling, right?
Yeah, Primo.
Yeah. So how are you feeling about that? Are you ready for the battle?
Honestly, right now, I have wrote a few bars. I scrapped them. You know what it is with me? Like, once I get my ticket, I buy my plane ticket, then I lock in. You know what I mean? And I'm going to probably buy it, like, tomorrow or Friday. But I got some concepts, and I got some bars here and there. I'm trying some different things because I want my performance to be A1. I have bars. You know what I mean? I can rap. You know what I mean? I can rap, but I want my performance and my delivery to be A1, so it basically complements those bars. You understand? But I'm ready though. I'm gonna turn a lot of heads that night. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm gonna turn a lot of heads. You know, my material is gonna be crazy. My delivery, everything, man. And I learn everything, every battle. This is only like this is my third battle. Like I had a little trial battle at LABEEF3, but I don't really count that because I didn't have to prepare for 3 rounds. You know, it was just like 3 to 4 minutes. You know, but this is my third 3-round battle, and I think my progression is going to show. You're going to see it. But,
most definitely.
Shout out to Travis.
Capo, you still online?
Yeah, I'm here, bro.
What's good, Capo?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm relaxing, man. Can't call it.
Hey, what I was gonna say, man, that shit slipped my brain.
I need you to get your grown man bars together.
I know, man. You go ahead, man. I'll tell you here in a minute, man.
This man over here having a Lux moment right now. Let him get it together.
I'm gonna get it together, man. I'm about to come back in round 2 with my first bars.
Gotcha. So, yeah, you know, I know that you're excited about, you know, your battle upcoming and whatnot. You know, that's gonna be a fire battle as well. Y'all definitely be there to go check that out. What other battles on this card are you most looking forward to seeing?
I'm looking forward to the entire card because you got to understand, like, this is LABEEF3, and all of the LABEEF events be fire. They like every battle is going to be good. I want to see Yak. I want to see Yak and Saint. You know, I want to see what Saint is going to do with Yak because Yak's been talking a lot, has been trolling him a lot in the group or whatever. So I want to see what Saint's going to do. I also want to see Geechee and Link too. I want to see what angles and approach Link takes to this battle because, you know, Geechee has a presence. You understand? He just has a presence and an aura, and I just want to see how comfortable Link is going to be on the stage. But I know Link going to come prepared. He worked hard. He's one of the hardest working battle rappers I've seen, you know, and he don't come and play around. So I want to see those two battles. I know Stricken and Cannon going to be crazy. You know, Strick, my boy, so I already heard some of his material, you know, and he ain't coming to play. So, yeah, it's gonna be a good card, man. I want to see Elo and Ratchet too. I want to see that too. That's gonna be an interesting battle. You know, I want to see how Elo gonna approach it. That's gonna be it's gonna be a real aggressive battle. Like, I think the card is stacked though from top to bottom. Like Freddie D, he's coming from Cleveland. I want to see how he can, you know what I mean? Taking them road games.
Shout out to the homie Freddie B, man.
Yeah, we taking them road games, man. It ain't nothing like coming into a hostile environment and proving yourself. You know, that's the beautiful thing about this culture. Like, I've been the underdog in every single battle I've been in. You know what I mean? But, you know, I don't get upset. I just come out there and work, man. And there's love. And the thing is that I enjoy the process. You know what I mean? It's something I did once, and I was like, yeah, that was kind of fire. I like that. You know what I mean? So when Traz and Woods hit me up, you know what I mean, they connect with me, I just do it, you know? As long as they reach out and they got names, I'll come out there and battle. You know what I mean? As long as, you know, it doesn't interfere with anything else happening in my personal life, yeah, I'll come do it. You know?
Okay. So I wanted to, Capo, go ahead.
All I was gonna say is West Coast is not the only place you battle, right?
Nah,
or
you know what
started out on.
Yeah, I started out at LA Battlegroundz. I had the one rounder. Then a few months later, I actually had a battle set up in the Midwest, like in Wisconsin, right? At an event out there. And my opponent actually showed up to the event in a venue, and I don't know. I guess he kind of saw me in person, because you know when somebody's trolling and they talking to you online, you know I'm a pretty big dude. You know what I mean? So when he showed up to the event, it's like he saw how physically imposing I am. His eyes kind of lit up a little bit, so he was just like, all right. He came and I gave him a pound. You know, made him feel comfortable. I was like, yeah, you know, you ready to work? Woo, woo. Went in, he had a drink, came out, he was standing there talking. Next thing you know, when it's time for our battle, he was nowhere to be found. Turned his phone off, everything. So, you know, I did make a trip for another battle outside of New York that wasn't in L.A., you know.
Do you want to...
I said, but I primarily only battle in L.A. on LA Battlegroundz.
Okay. Do you want to take that RBE stage, or like a UW stage, or maybe even John John's bullpen or something?
Well, I mean, I think, you know, first of all, before, you know, and I'm being as modest and as humble as possible, you will have to have a performance of a certain magnitude to garner that type of attention. You get what I mean? So I personally feel like I haven't even had a battle, and I'm being honest, and this is no disrespect to none of my opponents, and it's not to make no excuses, because I haven't choked, I haven't stumbled, you know what I mean? I didn't never come unprepared, but I feel like I haven't wrote or delivered my best material for a battle yet. Honestly, I feel like I battled Mike Cornelius first. That was a good battle. It was a good back and forth. You know, Mike Cole's a funny dude. You know, he's like Columbo Black. He's like another. So I battled my first two battles. I battled two performers, right? And performance is not one of my strong suits. Only because I feel like because of my size, moving too much, it looks a little awkward. You know what I mean? But you know, I've tried to incorporate more performance, but I battled two performers not to say that they don't have bars, but some of their strong suits are like stage presence and crowd control. You know what I mean? So I haven't really battled anybody that's like ball heavy and aggressive yet. You get what I mean? So my approach to battling was a little different. You know, like with Primo,
right?
I saw like one of his battles, and you know, I can't really gauge what he can do until I see his battle with Ratchet. You only good as your last performance. So, you know, once I see that, then I can, you know, kind of understand my approach. Not even my approach, because I'm gonna go up there. Honestly, I'm gonna go up there and ball his life away. I'm gonna give you my game plan right now. I'm gonna go up there and ball his life away. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I do. I can rap. And what I've done is I've kind of looked at my own game tapes. I analyzed what I was trying to do in those first two battles is kind of fit the mold of a battle rapper, meaning like, okay, I have to have schemes, I have to have punchlines, I have to have wordplay, I have to have performance. Like, I'm trying to incorporate all of these things that are really not my strong suits. You understand? I have, you know, I'm heavy on balls. I have great balls.
You freestyle?
I can freestyle a little bit.
Do you rebuttal? Do you have rebuttals?
I haven't really. It's really been no need to really rebuttal anything, but I've thought about incorporating that into a battle, because I feel like over a 2-minute, 3-minute time frame, I could think of something. You know what I mean? I could think of something. Mm-hmm. You know, and I'm thinking about that, but you know, like, what I want to do is go up there and win with my material. Just have my material, because that's my strong suit, writing, my pen.
Right.
You know what I mean? My pen. That's my strong suit, you know, and my delivery, you know. And I battled, you know, years ago, and then I kind of transitioned into making music. So people always tell me when they hear my songs or they listen to my music, they say you have a certain flow and a certain cadence, like your flow. That's one of your strong suits, your bars and your flow and your delivery. So there's no reason I can't take the things that I do well on a track and on a beat and translate that to a cappella. You understand?
Right.
While incorporating the performance and the stage presence. It's gonna be beautiful, man. We're gonna see. You know, like I said, I have a few bars and concepts, but I haven't really put the pen to paper yet. So once I do, you know, once I get into my zone, I'll write fast. You know?
Right. This is all first verse. I'm gonna let y'all know. All you niggas and savage bloggers, man. Fuck y'all right now. Y'all talk about I'm choking. That's cool. I can choke. Man, I'm trying to multitask, you know what I mean? So I got thrown off for a little bit, but I'm back, you know what I mean?
Okay.
What do you feel about personals? Do you like motherfuckers in your space when you battle? Like, I see you kind of keep a little space between you, but do you like? I don't see you like in a more bully role. But what about motherfuckers invading your space and?
Well, I mean,
and doing personals.
If you see the Colombo battle, like in the first round, you know, in Colombo, man, shout out to Colombo Black. I had some real nasty personals. I was in his face, and I looked at it on camera, and I felt like I was too aggressive. Like my aggression was overshadowing my bars, and I wasn't delivering them the right way. But I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with nobody being aggressive or whatever. But like I said, if you're not of a certain stature, it might not look right. You understand?
Right.
It might not
like
look right.
Like personals, like you know, like your dead family member or your child.
I mean, I don't.
Not even personals, but like taking shots, like say out your daughter in a pool of whatever the fuck these little perverted ass niggas that are gonna form their brain. How do you even waste your brain power to thinking of some shit like that? Like that's pedophilia. But anyway, how do you feel about that shit though?
I mean, I think them bars are corny. But
I do too.
You know, I think they corny as hell, but I think disrespect is become a part of the culture. That's, you know, as long as it's not, you know, my whole thing is like, as long as it doesn't cross the line where somebody's being too physical with you, you know, you got to understand, it might be in your face and close to you, being aggressive or whatever, but as long as it's, like, no disrespect from a physical standpoint, like, I think everything is on the table. Like, what's something that's so disrespectful that probably already hasn't been said in a battle? You know what I mean? You got dudes walking up pocket. You got dudes with they chick at a battle and dudes is walking up pocket tapping them. You serious? Like, that's, like, different. Pocket tap me. You want to pocket tap me and feel like a bully? All right, go ahead, do that. Might look good for your performance, whatever. All right? But my female, nah, man. Like, but, you know, people do things for shock value. They do and say things for shock value, and at the end of the day, it's corny. You know? And most people with any type of common sense look at it like it's corny. So, I mean, but the disrespect thing happens, you know? It happens. I mean, I don't know how I would react. I've had, you know, disrespectful things said to me. Mike Cole said a few disrespectful things to me. But he said it in a jokingly way and got some laughs and shit, so that was cool. You know, but I don't know. It's battle rap. It's bars, man. It's not beef. Shit is not beef. You know? I'm going to come out there, spend time with my family, battle, enjoy my time at the event, and I'm probably going to be battling early, so I get to I get to get my clip off early and sit back and just watch the rest of the battles. That's what I'm looking forward to. You know what I mean? Because them events, like that Danny and B-Dot, like that crowd was like electric, and we're going to get the same type of turnout. I think this is going to be big. It's a big card.
Yeah, most definitely. This is going to be definitely be a great card, man.
Cali, man. What the hell? Y'all going to make me want to fly out to Cali, man. I said y'all going to make me want to fly out to Cali, man.
Man, look, I keep telling you about these events out here, man. It's popping out here in California, man. That's all I can say.
I know, man. I
can't speak for the rest of the country. Man. I'm a Californian, so I speak for my own state. It's popping out here in California. That's all I can say. But I wanted to ask.
Hey, we popping out here too. So, like, you know.
Man, look, time out. You didn't hear me say nobody else was popping. I said I can only speak for my state, and I speak for my state very well. Anyway,
I speak for my state.
Man, look, out of here. All right, I was gonna ask you. Wanted to ask you this real quick. Because I've been asking everybody about hit lists. If you had 3 battlers that you guarantee could battle right now, it doesn't matter how big their name is, the status in battle rap, nothing. If you could battle 3 people, 3 battles after your current one in April, if you could have 3 people to battle, who would those 3 people be?
I would want to battle Shotgun Suge, right? Because I'm big too. We might be about the same size. You know what I mean?
He got more gut than you, bro.
Yeah.
That motherfucker got about 5 stomachs.
A little flabby. You know, Shotgun Suge. Another man. Can't think of one offhand. I would definitely want to battle T-Top. I would talk that 80s drug. I would talk that 80s drug shit to his ass.
Talk that shit.
Ooh, that was
I might look young, man, but I'm not young, man. I'm up there, boy. I'm an OG. Like I survived. I seen the crack era in Watts and Bed-Stuy. You understand? You hear me?
Yeah, I heard that, man.
My grandmama in the mood of Oakland.
Hey, you know, there's 2 of them. There's 2 people I would like to see you battle. Really, I would like to see you, like, you and the Twerk.
Yeah,
I would like to see you and Show Off, and then you and Pep.
I fuck show fun, man. Like, y'all gonna see, man. April 15th. Like, I don't know if y'all looked at my other battles, but it's only been glimpses. It's been glimpses. I'm telling you. Like, I look at it and I'm like, all right, I know what I have to do. I have to do what I do best, which is have my pen ready, have my bars, have my wordplay, and my delivery, and then incorporate all of the other things, the punchlines, personals, you know what I mean, name flips, punches, whatever. But yeah, man, like I said, this boy gonna have a long night, man. I'm gonna keep it.
Man, God damn, man. Y'all making me flip what I want to go do, man. There's all these cards all up in the beginning of the year, man.
Yeah. Well, but let me tell you, man, California is beautiful, man. Shout out to Cali, shout out to LA. Whenever I come out there, man, I swear I put on like 6-7 pounds, and this is what I'm talking about, like the culture, like the culture from New York to California is similar, but it's different. You know, y'all have things that are exclusive to y'all. Like, you know how I would love if they got an In-N-Out in New York, but they said, nah, we staying on the West Coast. You know what I mean? The food, especially like the Mexican food. You know, I went to my cousin Paul. Shout out to my cousin Paul. You know, when I go out there, I stay with him for a few days, save me some Airbnb money. But he took me to a nice, like, and you get that authentic Mexican food. That authentic, like, it's hard. It's like hard to find like authentic Mexican food because a lot of the Latino communities in New York City are so kind of integrated. Where in California specifically, you have a lot of Mexicans. You know, like in New York, it's kind of a melting pot. You know what I mean? It's kind of a melting pot. You know, when you got places like Spanish Harlem, El Barrio, you know, it's like Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, you have Cubans, Ecuadorians, Mexicans, you know. So that's what I love about California, man. I always enjoy my time out there. Like I said, there's always love for everybody at the event. You know what I mean? Stand outside, pass the spliffs, you know what I mean? Chop it up, talk about the battles, you know? It's dope, man. I'm looking forward to going. Though.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. I haven't really been excited. Go ahead, my brother. My bad.
I have a question. So, like, me and Nico talk. So I've always compared New York battle rap and New York hip hop, right? Mm-hmm. So, you know, now there is no New York sound, right? The sound is all down south music.
Watered down, yeah.
Right? So, you know, when the Midwest movement went ahead and did their thing, moving to the East Coast to try to take over and shit like that, not even to take over, just to want to battle those New York guys because we know where it was respected at right there, right? So they wanted to go out and do that. New York didn't take that very well, so like they just like we're in New York, we don't give a fuck about you or nobody else, right? So now this generation is, well, we're going to take all the gunners from the South and bring them to the East. And it feels like they're using these down south artists to push their brand and their stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, and that's the comparison that I was going to make.
Do you think I'm tripping?
No, you're not tripping. That's the comparison I was going to make. If you look at the music industry and the climate in the music industry right now, it's kind of like everything is gravitating to a similar sound. And this is what I was saying about culture. Like the culture in California hasn't changed much. The music, you know what I mean? The style of dress, you know, of course you're still going to get influences because of the internet and everything on social media and everything being so much accessible. But the culture in California hasn't changed. You don't hear nobody from California.
Right.
You don't hear nobody from California sounding like Migos.
Right. Californians always have their own sound.
But this is what I'm saying, and this goes back to the whole East Coast versus West Coast thing. There's a misconception and ignorance about California culture from people that live on the East Coast. That's what it is. It's ignorance. But you know what? Dudes from New York still listen to Nipsey. They still listen to YG. You feel me? Still listen to Kendrick.
Yeah, some of them. Some of them.
You know what I mean? Nah, come on, man. They powerful out here, man. Because their presence transcends the hip hop culture. But they don't have to lose themselves to sell the fuck out to get acceptance. Right. And that's the problem. Like a lot of these dudes in New York, you know what the problem is? They don't get love at home. That's what it is. They don't get love at home. All of these dudes in New York, it's oversaturated. I don't even think I want to take a battle in New York. It depends. Because it's like on this league with a million battle rappers. California is kind of isolated. You know, outside of the bunker with KOTD, you got LA Battlegroundz. You know, you got Riot Battle Rap. You know what I mean? You got West Coast Elites coming up. The culture is still young out there, and it's still growing. And they have a lot of talent, and they have enough talent to sustain themselves. And they have enough talent where the people will come looking for you.
Right.
You know? And that's how it always works. It's always you know, like, the culture is always shifting. Like, the problem is, like, New York lost it, and they really haven't gotten it back, you know? It's like an identity crisis. And it's not necessarily like the OGs, the older cats, is the younger dudes. You know, they grew up with the internet. So they're influenced by everything, you know?
Right.
But in California, in Cali, it's not really like that. It's not. It's different. It's different. If you look at all of the, if you look at all of the major cities outside of LA, if you look at New York, if you look at DC, if you look at Atlanta, if you look at Baltimore, if you look at Philly, Chicago, all of the kids basically not saying the same things are happening, but they listen to the same type of music, the trap and the drill music. They dress the same. They doing the same thing. Look at Designer. You know what I mean? Like you sound like you from the South. Yeah, but they grew up on the internet. You know what I mean? So
Kansas City sure represents the West Coast, man. LA, we sure represent that. We not into this fuck shit, man. It's just like.
Oh, you in Kansas City, Missouri?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, the Midwest, you know what I mean? Like I got family out in the Midwest too, man. You know what I mean? It just be too cold in the winter out there. That's why I couldn't live like that.
Because I tell everybody from Cali, like from San Diego to the Bay, fucks with Kansas City, Missouri only. They really don't fuck with St. Louis like that, but they'll fuck with Kansas City. Everybody comes down here, from Mozzie to Filthy to everybody to motherfucking Joe Blow, all them, man. All them people out there that's pushing that music.
That was from like, you know, with Mac Dre. You know what I mean? Mac Dre got big out there. Yeah, Mac Dre got big out
there. R.I.P. to the homie, man. That's one of the realest niggas I ever been around in my life. R.I.P. to Mac Dre. That was the homie. That was the homie right there, for real. Real talk, that was the homie.
A lot of people got lost their lives after that, bro. A lot of people lost their lives after that.
But you know what? See, all of that is just a representation of California. Like, if you look at what's happening in the Bay Area and you look at what's happening in LA, it's the same state, but it's two different things. It's two different cultures. And that's the great thing about California. The culture is different every city you go to. And you know, like me being from New York, like I was born and raised in New York, and you know, I lost my father when I was young, and my mother wasn't rich by no means, but you know, my mother was fortunate enough to be able to send me off, you know, and during the summer to California and other places where I didn't have this narrow-minded mentality because all I see and all I know is New York, you know. April 15th, man. April 15th, LABEEF3, man. LABEEF3.
Yeah, man, that's real talk, man. Well, you know, I gotta shout you out again, man. I definitely appreciate you, coming on the show, man, and showing love, man.
I appreciate y'all having me, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
Oh yeah, 100, man. But right before you go, man, I want to give you, these last few minutes to go ahead and do any shout outs that you may have, to be able to plug, any upcoming battles, music, if you're doing music, or anything else that you have, man. I'll let these last few minutes be all you.
Oh, all right. Shout out to Traz Woods, LA Battlegroundz, all of LA, California. Can't wait to get out there and smoke some of that great marijuana. Lord have mercy, I can't wait, but that's another topic. But, to keep it a buck, shout out to Traz Woods, shout out to LA Battlegroundz, shout out to DEFCON, Strict, Fiji, Nomad, Fly, you know what I mean? I do music. You can search me on YouTube. Just put in Areray, Areray. My music will come up. My battles come up. SoundCloud, same thing. Areray. Follow me on IG at capital CAPITAL_R. Same thing on Twitter. Yeah, man. Just shout out to everybody on the call, man. I can't wait to come, man, because like I said, I'm an OG, man, and I'm a battle rap fan first. Like I got stacks of Smack DVDs in my closet from 10 years ago with the Party Artie and the Murder Booth on it. You know what I mean? The original. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the culture and I appreciate what LA is doing, and that's why I made myself a part of it, because I see the culture growing out there, and like I said, there's a shift. There's a shift happening right now. URL is kind of recovering. RBE is kind of catching up because they always have good battle rap crowds. You understand? Like, shout out to ARP. You know what I mean? Shout out to ARP. But, it's going to be a dope card, man, and LA Battlegroundz needs this, man. They need to get their recognition and their respect in the battle rap world, man, because they do a lot. And Traz and Woods work hard behind the scenes. They work real hard behind the scenes to put these cards together, and they still in it strong, They're still in it strong, man. So I'm gonna be out there April 15th, putting in some work versus Primo. Shout out to Primo. You know what I mean? We'll meet at the event. I don't know him, so, we haven't interacted or anything. So, it's going to be a dope event, man. And thanks again for y'all having me. Nico and Capo, appreciate it. Shout out to West Coast Battle Media. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
What's your Facebook? Twitter and shit.
Twitter. Yeah, I just shouted out. My Twitter is capital R. I don't really be on Facebook like that unless I get tagged or something. But I be on Instagram and Twitter. It's at capital R. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm about to get back on Twitter heavy because,
Twitter's where it's at, for real.
I get a little lazy sometimes, I don't feel like a mindless zombie with my hand always in my phone, my phone always in my hand looking at the screen,
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
All right, man.
Let me give one more shout out. Shout out to
yes, sir.
My bro Tech Pesos. You know what I mean? He gonna be in a building. He's coming out from Chicago. You know what I mean? Come to see an event. He actually battled Columbo back at LABEEF1. You know what I mean?
Okay.
They had a great one round battle too. Shout out to him. So official Brooklyn. You know what I mean? My man Rook, all my people in the Midwest, Scoop. You know what I mean? I see y'all, but I'll be out there April 15th, man. Appreciate y'all having me, man. Staying up kind of late.
No doubt, man. We definitely appreciate you coming on, man. Much love.
But you know what? I'm gonna give y'all another thing. This was the perfect day to call me because I could stay up a little late. There's no work in the morning. We're about to get like 10, 12 inches of snow, so just sleeping in tomorrow. Probably start working on these bars, man. But thanks for having me, guys.
Right on, man.
No problem, man. Much love. We gonna get you back up here soon.